Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back again for another One Piece manga review. This week, we're reviewing chapter 1012 Itch. I'm joined by my co-host, as always, Mr. Christian Hollinger. Christian, how you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I doubt any mothers are watching our One Piece videos, but like, shout out to y'all, man. 100%. Like, y'all are amazing. But other than that, you know, doing well. Solid chapter this week. I wasn't at first when I read the spoilers, I was like, oh, I'm gonna come in here and slander. But then when I saw it actually in like action, I was like, okay, I can get down with this. Because I have to remember, like I was telling you off air, this is still fight setup.
Right.
Interesting.
This is still a setup chapter. Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm gonna ask you a question about Usopp because I feel like he's in no man's land, but we'll discuss why I feel that. But as these videos go, we go through a brief summary, and then we pick and choose where we want to go and discuss all the themes and whatnot of the episode. So basically, this week we start off with a cool cover story. We get Kid making a metal bird. Hopefully, this is like a foreshadowing of like his powers.
Yes, please.
Something.
Please.
Anything. So then we get Kiku and Izo talking to each other like, yo, I'm not gonna die. How does your arm feel? Blah blah blah. I want to take on Kanjuro. Kinemon's like, sure, I'll do this. Blah blah blah. We're gonna go catch up with Momonosuke, and then Cat Viper ends up seeing Shishlin and the little monkey dude who I think's name is Barete. They're telling him about Pedro, and Nekomamushi's like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. I'm going to avenge Pedro because he didn't know. Real shit. He's been looking for Marco. He didn't know where all the other minks knew, and then everybody else is going in different directions to go like assist people. We then see Yamato, Shinobu, and Momo. She's like, what's going on with Luffy? Momo tells her 2 voices left. He's like, oh shit, I gotta hurry. She's gonna have a decoy, and Shinobu's gonna chill there and wait for Kinemon because supposedly they made contact. We're going to talk about that as well because I think that's interesting. Then we get a whole bunch of Sanji and Zoro. Sanji dressed him up like the cross. My guy's looking like he's Jesus burying the cross to wherever he's got to go. And Zoro's all fucked up, messed up. He caught him in law. We're going to get into that. And then basically Zoro tells Sanji where to go finally. So we're going to get a Sanji destination. And then we get back to Big Mom, Ulti, Page One, Usopp, and Nami. Big Mom's like, that's what you get, Page One. Don't burn down towns, blah, blah, blah. Ulti's like, fuck this, I'm coming get you. You touch my brother. And then basically Nami's like, oh, then get her. And Big Mom's like, I still don't fuck with you. Don't say my name like that. And then she's like, classic Nami, switching sides to Ulti. Ulti's like, I'm gonna kick your ass after her. And then basically Ulti sees the tiger dog run, and basically she's like, oh fuck this. She ends up kicking him and then slapping Tama. And of course, Big Mom gets enraged, but Nami strikes first. And Nami's like, I'm gonna fight her 1v1. That's pretty much the chapter. Where do you want to start, sir? We're gonna start back in the beginning.
Cover story, man. Like, what do you think this is insinuating? Because at this point, having Kid do something like creating an animate object, I think is important. Because, I mean, like, how does that even happen? Like, sure, he has magnetism, but he's not imbuing the object with a soul like Big Mom.
No, is he like giving it like an electrical wiring? Like, is it to where his fruit makes metal connect and he can like take like metal to and make like little wires to like form like chips and whatnot? That would be like Kid's like people does say he's an engineer, so like maybe. And that would be a cool way to make his powers different from Magneto. And I can see that being his ultimate, where like he creates like some moving things that he controls. That'd be a different way to approach Kid, because I always thought Kid was gonna be the fisticuffs type of guy. That would be a cool way to differentiate him. Or at least make some of his attacks, maybe not his ultimate, but some form, like when he's like, all right, time to get down to business.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. You know, what went through my head, even though it makes no sense, is like, you know, if he awakens that metal bird, like, is that like an awakening? But it's like, nah, I don't know if that makes sense devil fruit wise. So that's just. But anyways, to get deep into the chapter, you know, I don't know. I haven't ever really decided to like jump to somewhere other than the beginning of the chapter.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So
we start with the scabbards.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's funny because again, ever since the scabbards left the rooftop, I really don't care that much. I mean, sure, some of these matchups are nice, but it's like, okay, so
he's trying to make us endearing to them, like, right. Ooh, Izo, Kiku, Death Flags, maybe,
but it's like it doesn't hit as hard anymore. Like if the scabbards were gonna die, die on the rooftop.
Yeah.
At this point, it's kind of like, okay, well, y'all are stronger than pretty much everyone underneath the dome,
except King, Queen,
except for maybe King and Queen, because Jack said like Tobiropo can't handle y'all.
So like, what are y'all doing?
What you gonna do? Like, so getting into that, I honestly didn't care too much until Nekomamushi was introduced.
Yeah,
I did like that plot line. So if you want to discuss something with Kinemon, Kiku, or Izo,
I have nothing really except the Death Flags comment. Like, only thing about Kinemon is interesting is with Yamato. That's the only, like, when did we see Kinemon contact Shinobu? Is that a Kanjuro move?
I literally don't know how that happens because I don't think that's some ninja art. I don't think they have like a
snail,
responder snail or anything like that. So I don't know.
Unless he said it, did he say it by the Mary? But then everybody would have known.
Yeah, I don't understand that part.
I don't know. Maybe that's some Kanjuro shit.
Nah.
But that's the only thing I really have about them. Other than that, it's like, okay, Nekomamushi, go and avenge Pedro.
Yeah.
Does that mean Perospero like Jack level?
I'm gonna give him that. And it's weird though, because I didn't get that impression in Whole Cake when Luffy went up against him, but they didn't really fight. Pedro was just trying to stop Luffy from advancing. Luffy just busted through his candy wall. So it was kind of like, okay.
Nothing crazy.
For Pedro to be like, I get the Pedro's like the oldest, but for him to really be like, yeah, no, I would lead the Big Mom Pirates over Katakuri, knowing how strong Katakuri is, he has to at least be like, okay, well, I'm strong. I may not be stronger than my younger brother, who's barely younger than me, but I still am strong enough and smart enough and, coy enough to lead this group. So he has to have some kind of significant power. And he beat Sulong Carrot, which is...
And Wanda.
So...
Is it possible he was a sweet commander? Because I got to give credit to Joy Boy. He was talking about this, about how maybe he failed. And like we've seen Snack fail, get demoted. Perospero is the oldest. Is it possible he was a sweet commander at one point?
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
Just in terms of power scale.
Power scaling wise, yeah. I mean, like, to me, the same way that I would say that I got the impression that Who's Who and Sasaki were essentially commander level, even though they're in the Tobiropo, I kind of got that like Oven and Daifuku were essentially snack level. So I could put, Perospero around Cracker, maybe. Not Katakuri.
No.
Smoothie, I kind of still rank Smoothie higher than...
And I understand why, even though we haven't seen anything from her. That's the only thing. So it's like...
Right. I have nothing to go off of that with.
Yeah.
But I just get the feeling like Smoothie is about her business. So she could probably beat Pedro. Probably a high diff fight for her.
True.
But I got Pero around like above Snack.
Even with Cracker?
Around Cracker level.
Around Cracker?
Yeah.
Feels. Good fight for Nekomamushi though. Gonna go avenge Pedro.
Yeah. So I like how Neku handled that situation. He doesn't have time for sadness because he's a samurai. Mm-hmm. So he understands, okay, I'm going to allow that to fuel me. But I'm proud of my homie for, doing something noble.
Yep.
That's a G way to go out.
Now I'm gonna avenge you.
Now I got you. Got you. So I definitely like that. I definitely, and again, to kind of merge the anime and the manga again. So when I was watching the Scabbards go up against Kaido and his forces, I got this sense that like Inu seems to be a little bit more like technical with the blade. Like Nekomamushi seems to be a little bit more like ferocious, but Inu seems to have a little bit more like technique. And I think that that's why when we saw Denjiro, Kanjuro, Ashura, and Inu, they were the ones who cut Kaido because they probably have the highest sword skill out of all of the scabbards. So I really got this feeling like Inu is really, really good with the blade. But here we see Neku literally almost fly just from leaping off. So it's like, I really got this feeling of like, oh yeah, I'm about to ferociously tear Taro Sparrow apart. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm with that.
That's going to be
immediately took off. I love that.
We get a little, we get Momo Yamato shit. Yamato's like, gotta go help Luffy with the one-on-one. Cool. Yeah. Good. We know where she's going now.
We got that reference with, one-on-one bet on Kaido. Yamato knows that. Says, okay, we'll even these odds. She wanted to fight Kaido with Ace. She wants to fight Kaido. So it makes sense that we're about to get Luffy and Yamato versus Kaido. It just doesn't make sense that, Kaido would have a spawn. They interact and it's like, well, where's the real interaction?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I feel like that's how we get their backstories.
Right. That's
we get the
Yamato's
Kaido backstory through
Kaido's
Yamato.
Backstory.
Yep. 100%.
I buy that. So before I head on, this is where I'm like, okay, that's my first flag. That's like, oh shit, like ZKK might be really in the mud right now, because if Yamato goes up to the rooftop, I buy Luffy and Yamato can beat Kaido. I do buy that. So it's a little bit in the mud.
ZKK might be toast, bro.
It's a little bit in the mud right now. But as I said, that's what makes supporting this theory so much fun. Until I'm proven dead wrong, I'm going down with the ship. It's still possible.
As you should.
I recognize this shit's looking bad.
It's looking real bad. Your boy's in a cast, bro. A Sanji cast.
No. Look.
The Sanji cast is not going to heal him.
I'm about to get to that, but I'm just saying, look, that's bad. All right, so we get to the scene. This dude, Sanji, taxi bin smoke. Oh my God. I was crying when I saw this. Like, oh my God. Why is he overwrapped like that? Like, I know Sanji's not a doctor, and I know it's also, an allusion to, what's her name? Shoot. Ghost Girl with Mihawk.
Oh, Perona.
Perona, who wrapped him up similarly. So, a lot of people are making these parallels, like, oh, he's about to get dropped off for Hiyori for that same, shot of, Perona laying on Zoro while he's all bandaged up, and now Hiyori's going to be laying on Zoro while he's all bandaged up. So I found that hilarious. I'm glad that he's in the hands of someone capable who can protect him, while he's in this soft state.
That's a fact.
I'm kind of disappointed in Sanji, though.
Yeah.
Again, like when I say we get this, the humor's great. Sanji Zoro interactions, great. But when I read the little bubble a few dozen minutes earlier, I'm like, okay, last time I saw Sanji, he was trying to make a decision between helping Momo or the Scabbards. The Scabbards have all moved on about doing their thing. They've all found new fights, and this dude still hasn't fought a fight. These guys got their asses whooped on the rooftop by Kaido, were knocked out, recovered, and are now finding fights before Sanji has found. Oh my God.
Yeah, super bad. Only excuse I can make for him, as he was running, the shit on the roof happened and they fell as he was going to make a decision. Boom, he catches him. That's the only excuse I can make for him. But you're right, man. It's not a good look for Sanji.
Hopefully the anime straightens this out, and maybe, it'll be very clear that that's in fact exactly what happened, because I hope so, but I don't know. So
you got to look at it like what I was telling you off air about how okay, Sanji's the person you can help move things along with. He can be the jokey guy. And then at the same time, it's like, that's why we haven't seen Jinbei. And that's why Yamato still hasn't moved yet, because we can't make them outshine Sanji. Sanji just got fourth in the character pool. Like, he's been there for forever. Yeah. Oda has to make him, at least if he's going to use him as a joke, he's got to wait before he makes like people other than like Luffy, Zoro, the kids, the Laws, the Marcos, people who are outright stronger than Sanji shine. That the fans obviously know. That's why we've only seen like Robin, Frankie, Brook, Usopp, Nami.
Right. I completely buy that. He's supposed to be number 3. You can't have too much portrayal definitively saying like, okay, well, Jinbei should be number 3, or Yamato for Nakama, and she would be number 3. Like, oh man,
it's not good looks for him. But at least Zoro got him going to the right spot now. He's going
right.
And
now, because of that, I'm about to slander Sanji a little bit more. But before we get there,
it's rightfully so. It's rightfully so that a messed up Zoro can have better observation than the observation guy.
Dude, really? Like, I'll just come back to this because we're not even there yet. But this dude in the unofficial said, if you want to make yourself useful, and in the official, he's like, if you want to help out, go to the performance floor. Like, God damn, come on, man. Come on.
But I gotta say, at least Zoro respects him enough not to send him to some shit place. At least he's going to where the strongest people are. At least Zoro was like, yeah, bro, I don't respect you that much, so we're gonna send you to go help out Frankie with Sasuke.
Yeah.
Or like, we're gonna send you to go help out Nami and Usopp.
Just, oh my God. So, we get great Sanji antics with the fact that he's talking about, like, why do I got to catch 2 men? I'd rather be catching some ladies. Law is finessing. He falls right on Sanji in style. Like, you cannot mess this man up.
Oh, no,
he was looking clean.
Yes, he was. Fell with such class.
Such class. So before we get there, though, we do see that Zeus is now under, the roof.
Straight delivery, like you said.
He's heading somewhere. Now, he's got 2 options. The Viva card that's in Nami's possession or Big Mom, and considering they're both in the exact same place, he should be really being pulled there. So I would be very surprised if Zeus does not show up very, very soon for Nami. Now, again, whether Oda chooses to cover Nami in the next chapter, where he goes with that, I don't know. But the next time we see it, Zeus should definitely be making his way there because he only has 2 options and they're in the exact same place right now.
Yep.
So that should be moving accordingly. I find it funny that Law is a doctor and he's telling Sanji what to do. And Sanji's like, well, I'm not a doctor, man. Like,
and Law's like, look, I did enough for y'all. I'm going to fight Big Mom. Like,
yeah,
I got to go help Kid. Like, you can handle your crewmate. Like, enough is enough.
And I low-key felt like Law was trying to, like, push his weight around a little bit because he was instructing Sanji, and it's like, man, Luffy and Zoro told me some shit. You know what, Sanji, you do this shit.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
I'm a captain, man. I'm a captain. Look,
I'm not about to have the cook come tell me something. Fuck out of
here. I'm going to nip that in the bud before you even try that shit. All right, I'm out. I got to go do some shit. So I was with that. I'm glad that the official also changed something else, because the unofficial has Sanji saying when he found out that Kaido and Big Mom left Zoro in this, terrible state, he was like, it was a feat in and of itself for you to get to the rooftop. And I'm like, nah, don't do that. In the unofficial. In the official, he says, I'm surprised you found your way there. So it's a joke on Zoro's direction. It's not a slight at Zoro's power level. So I did enjoy that, difference in the translations. But I'm very pleased with that interaction, minus the Zoro saying, yeah, Luffy figured something out. He's definitely going to win. I'm like, oh, shit.
And then Sanji hit him with, I already knew you would.
We got Luffy saying, yeah, y'all go down, I got it. We got Yamato saying, I'm about to go up. And we got Zoro pretty much saying, like, I don't need to go back up. So I'm like,
ZKK is toast.
God damn. It's looking bad right now. Like, I I said this before, we've discussed this. I really don't want to see a somewhat recuperated Zoro beat King because it defeats the purpose. And, not to turn this into like a Twitter rant, but today I saw another tweet that it irked me a little bit because it was like, this dude was like, yeah, Zoro fought off 2 Yonko commanders, but he's never fought a Yonko commander, so I'm still not convinced he can defeat a Yonko commander. And I'm like, come on. Like, seriously? So
see, my new thing is like, the only way I think ZKK is still alive is actually what I think might happen. I still think Marco's going to fight the other of whoever Sanji doesn't fight and have your boy Chopper fix up Zoro real quick.
I mean, no, there's 3 doctors, Law, Marco, Chopper, not counting the other Mink doctors. So we know Zoro has the people there who can get him operable. But when we talk about portrayal, Katakuri was there to elevate Luffy. You don't get Luffy versus Katakuri after you get a convincing Luffy versus Kaido. It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So King, if Oda wanted to have Zoro step up the same way that he had Luffy step up, then yeah, before Zoro faces off with Kaido, I would have loved to see Zoro versus King. Plenty of people wanted to see Zoro versus King, but once you put Zoro on the rooftop, King does not elevate Zoro's portrayal. Now, sure, you can say, okay, well, if Zoro doesn't get back to full health, and he beats King, then you can say like, oh, well, a 50% Zoro or a half-dead Zoro beat a number 1 commander.
And it's a legit one-on-one, so it's like...
And it's a legit one-on-one, so it does build it up, but is it enough? I feel like King would build up Sanji's portrayal way better than he would build up Zoro's portrayal at this point. And the thing that's so beautiful about King is that he works for Zoro and Sanji. He's a swordsman and he's flames. Granted, Zoro's already shown that he can cut flames, so I don't really care about King's flames versus Zoro anymore. Some people talk about like, oh, well, how is Zoro going to defeat a flying opponent? Again, Zoro faced off against Kaido and a big mom that can float on, Prometheus or Zeus. So it's not there for me yet. I want to see Sanji versus King at this point because you've got, the flames, the kicks, the black suit. Okay.
As a Sanji fan, I feel like we're getting Queen. I just feel it. I feel it in my bones that it's going to be the Vinsmoke thing. He's going to be like, I'm a different Vinsmoke, and this is going to be the path for his name because this chapter's all about your name and like your birthrights and thing with fucking Yamato and Momo, and Sanji fits right there I just feel that. And I feel like Queen saying Vinsmoke Sanji, Judge's boy, I feel like that just all plays into that.
Right.
In my soul, I hate it. But like, I'm with you. I want Sanji to fight King, but it's just going to be interesting. What does Marco do? Now, see, I could see it where Marco and Chopper take care of Zoro, and then Sanji has to fight King, and X-Drake fights Queen. I could see that happening as well.
Yeah, when we discussed this last chapter, that is the perfect scenario for me because Queen and Drake have beef. So it makes sense. Sanji's already clashed with King, so he should already have beef with King and be like, I don't like how the last clash went. Let me show you what's up. So X-Drake also isn't really that fleshed out as a combatant. I mean, like we saw Sanji face off against X-Drake earlier, but X-Drake was more so just playing defense. Like, okay, I'll let you kick me a few times, but I'm not really trying to take you down.
I'm not in hybrid. I'm not fighting you.
I'm not really fighting you. So I would rather X-Drake versus Queen, Sanji versus King, but it's probably not going to happen like that. To kind of lighten the mood at this point, I know you already saw the memes at the end of the unofficial where they had Mihawk wielding a miniature Zoro and all that. That was hilarious. Not, Zoro.
I saw Sanji smoking on the Zoro doobie.
On the Zoro doobie.
All those things
were great. Those were great. I was, so enjoying that. But, it's funny because it's like, okay, Zoro, he's not really religious. He doesn't really believe in God. But like, okay, 3 sword style. Zoro's crucified. He's on the cross. gets resurrected in 3 days, right? He's the savior of Wano, right? So
possible. ZKK still
is
alive.
making a Jesus reference?
ZKK still alive, man.
Hey, I'm pulling everything out, man. People talking about Zoro right now is like Goku in the chamber, just getting ready to come back. So look, that's just where I'm at. And I found it hilarious. Zoro and Luffy are very similar because Zoro wakes up, says something, goes to sleep. Luffy's the only person I've ever known who can eat, cry, and sleep at the same time. So the fact that Zoro keeps waking up and going right back to sleep is great. One, because we see that after all that damage, he's still not truly out. He's still conscious. Yeah, we see the way that, he's talking, he's barely hanging on, but he's still conscious, technically. So I like that, and I like the humor, because I don't remember the last time we had a humorous Zoro falling asleep moment. Like, that's a pre-time skip thing. So that was very refreshing. But anyways, leading into, let's see.
We're in Big Mom territory now.
Big Mom territory. This is where I start to get a little bit more excited.
Same.
Right? Because when I said this before, I want the weakling duo, Nami and Usopp, to start glowing up. It seems like Wano is the time where we're getting those uphill battles. I expect to see Robin fleshed out. I expect to see Jinbei and Frankie fleshed out, but I was underestimating Frankie. I didn't know he could brawl like that.
Yeah.
At that level. So it's like, okay, we're pushing the envelope. So when I saw Big Mom supposedly one-shot page 1, I'm like, okay, so Usopp really isn't going to have to push his boundaries, apparently. I said, okay, well, that's okay, because based on Zoro's treatment here in Wano, Usopp should be going crazy in Elbaf. So I expect all kind of feats to be getting dropped for Usopp the same way that these feats were getting dropped back to back to back to back for Zoro and Wano. So I'm okay with that. So ultimately, with Big Mom taking out page 1 and pissing off Ulti, I'm like, all right, so now we get something closer to a Nami versus Ulti 1v1.
Yep.
I'm good with that. I'm extraordinarily happy that the Straw Hats being friends with Tama is not enough to sway Big Mom to be friends with Nami and Usopp, because that's what I was really afraid of. As soon as Big Mom was like, oh, Tama, what are you doing here, my friend? And then she would realize, okay, well, Tama's friends with the Straw Hats. They've been protecting her. Maybe I'm not going to be too mad at these.
I think it's the start, though.
Oh, it's definitely a start.
And I think
that's where I'm going to end up.
And I have a theory of it, because I think she betrays Kaido. Because
of course she's going to betray Kaido.
Island is hitting Wano. I'm like 100% convinced Onigashima hitting Wano, and I feel like Okabore Town might get destroyed. Like the fallout of it would be nuke level, and Big Mom's gonna be like, "What the fuck, man?"
Right.
And then she's gonna see Luffy like being like battling up. And she might just be like, all right, I'll let this slide, Straw Hat.
Right.
Which would be interesting, I guess. But, like, I don't know.
It depends on how it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But, Nami, her humor was on point as she switches sides.
Classic Nami shit.
Classic Nami shit. I was eating that up. I loved it. Ulti being the spastic, just, I don't care who it is, she was talking shit to Kaido to his face. Like, you have another family issue.
Black
you take
Air Force One energy.
Just straight Black Air Force energy. Like, golly, talking shit to Big Mom. Like, I know Ulti has to be delusional. You can't beat Big Mom, but it's
too many
I don't care.
headbutts.
You hit my brother, anybody gets the smoke. I'm like, all right, so I like that about Ulti, but it's like, if Nami wasn't here, you definitely was going to be put in a crater with one shot as well. So
you was about to get it. Big Mom was. You might have got it worse than Page 1 did, because Page 1 didn't punch Tama.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she would have got it bad.
Oh yeah, Big Mom was really about to do something, and when I reread it, I looked at Big Mom's facial expressions the whole time. She was kind of like watching Ulti, but she was like not even. She was like, okay. Like she watched her. Go after the what's the dog's name? Camacho.
Yeah.
She's just kind of like looking like, okay. Like,
What's
that's what you were going to use on me?
Yeah, make your move. Let's see what you're gonna do. And then it just so happened she hit the kid, which was her big mistake.
Right. So so she hits Tama. I'm like, oh shit, she's about to go down. But Nami steps up and she's like, oh hell no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm beating her ass. And this isn't like, she's not saying this from behind Usopp, because we know that Nami can say some badass things, but while she's behind someone else.
No, this is Nami standing for what she believes in. Like, Nami, and this goes back to her character.
Yes.
Which she saw Bellemere do for her.
Right. So I'm with that. I hope the anime also fleshes this out, because it feels like Nami straight up like interrupted Big Mom. Like Big Mom was seems. Like, I'm about to handle this. And Nami's like, oh, no, you sit back too. I got this. So the feeling that I got is Big Mom might chill. She might be like, all right, like.
She might go fight Kid. Like,
I mean, I'm saying, like, what I feel like Kid and Law are going to pop up at some point. So eventually Big Mom's going to have to do something. But for the moment, I feel like she's going to be like, all right, like, y'all want to take each other out? Okay, cool.
Do it.
So, I mean, my theory as of right now is I don't know how soon Kid and Law are going to pop up. They know that, they're pretty much on the same floor. They obviously have observation hockey, so they should be able to find her pretty easily. So they should pop up any moment now. But if Big Mom stays and watches Nami, I feel like if Zeus shows up, she's going to be like, okay, I don't think Nami is naturally strong enough to beat Ulti yet. So
you think she gives her Zeus?
Now, I have a couple of theories here. One, because of what we've discussed before, if Big Mom dies, does that mean Zeus dies? And then last week we had a conversation about hockey. And I believe Nami should obviously get observation hockey, but I don't think she should get armament hockey. So what if Big Mom takes Zeus back, but she's impressed by Nami's spirit and says, okay, I'll make you your own Zeus from your soul. Like, if you give me a portion of your soul, I'll embed that into a cloud. And then we can say, okay, instead of Nami getting cocky, as her soul gets stronger, her spirit gets stronger through her battle,
gets stronger.
Her cloud would get stronger. So she doesn't have Zeus, so that we're not sitting here saying like, oh, Big Mom carries Nami through the rest of the series via Zeus. It's Nami carrying herself with a gift from Big Mom, because it's based off of her own soul. So that, as of right now, is what I would prefer. I don't want Nami to have Zeus.
That'd be fine.
I want her to have her own Zeus.
And as a thank you for saving Tama.
Right.
Like, I still don't fuck with you, Straw Hat, but like,
yeah,
here's a thank you for saving my friend. And I think that would put a good morality around Big Mom, which we've seen her as this type of person where she goes good, she has good moments, she's still a pirate. I think that would be a very interesting way.
I mean, she said when she took out page 1, like, I may be a pirate, but there's still like standards.
Yeah.
So, if Nami, I don't think Nami's going to be able to like beat Ulti before Law and Kid show up. So I don't think like Big Mom's going to be able to spectate the entire battle. I think Big Mom's going to be called away eventually. So I just wonder, like, is Zeus going to get there first, or is Law and Kid going to get there first? But regardless, it seems to be well written that Zeus is going to show up. I am a little bit confused as to how this Thunderbolt tempo damaged Ulti the way that it was shown, because Ulti seemed to have tanked every other Thunderbolt tempo, but this one seems to have done more damage. And since Thunderbolt tempo is not an extension of Nami's like hockey or energy or her own abilities per se, it's a technological device. Is this Thunderbolt tempo somehow stronger? Like,
good question.
It seems stronger. It seems like this is really affecting Ulti. Obviously, Ulti's going to be fine next chapter, but it seems like she's doing some damage. So I'm like, okay, that's a little interesting.
And then my big question is, where does Usopp go from here?
That's a fantastic question, because I mean, towards the end of this chapter,
does this mean page 1's not done?
I don't know. I think
only
Usopp's
way you
gonna
get
have
him to beat him is a 50-60% damaged page one from a Conqueror's hockey blow.
I actually would like page one to get back up just to, give Usopp something to do. Aside from, obviously Usopp needs to protect Tama, but Camacho does not seem to be able to run anytime soon. Yeah. So, again, unless Marco or Chopper somehow like come through and like fix Camacho as well, like
she needs a bodyguard. That's true.
She needs a bodyguard. The Beast Pirates are not really a threat to her. Surprisingly, it's hilarious. The Beast Pirates are no threat to her, but anyone who's not, mixed with animal is gonna destroy her.
And then anyone not mixed with Smile, to be specific, like
right.
That's like if it's a regular zone, she's toast.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm excited for Nami. I like the fact that the two female Straw Hats right now have snapped. Robin is pissed the hell off. Nami is pissed the hell off. I love it.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's about time. Like I want to see some pissed off.
Now we just got to get Sanji to the battle, and it's all good.
It's killing me. Like, how is he? He is supposed to be the third combatant, and he is the only Straw Hat who doesn't have a effing battle. How?
Even Chopper slapped Queen.
Chopper
has done his whole mission, and it's done chilling. Like Chopper's that kid that took his test early. And It's just like waiting for summer. Like, yeah, bro, I'm waiting for y'all. I'm done. Like and Sanji's late.
Like I don't like people shit on Chopper all the time, but like unironically, like I hope he heals Zoro or he does some other stuff. But literally, if I don't see Chopper again, like I'm straight. You're good for Wano, bro. You drew blood from Queen. You
stopped the Ice Oni virus. Like, you did a lot.
Right. And even then, I still don't understand some of the power scaling because I still love that scene where Chopper blocks the blade with that cute smile. And I'm like, Chopper parrying a swordsman? When?
My man might have armament now, bro.
What?
Chopper said, fuck observation. Give me armament. Ninja point.
I don't know, man. But then again, Chopper did tank a blow from Big Mom as well in his monster point, the little fluffy ball thing. So, I might be underestimating Chopper.
You might be. We might be. That's a fact. But
yeah, for a
no break next week either.
Is great. Let's see. No break. That's good.
It means we'll be back next week. So that's litty.
I'm completely litty.
I gave all my theories for the week.
Nah, I gave all my theories too. I don't think. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope next chapter is Sanji.
Next chapter has to be Sanji getting to the performance stage. If it's not, Oda's just toying with it.
It doesn't make any sense. These are setups. Like Nekomamushi just got his matchup. Kinemon and Kiku are heading for Kanjuro. Like everyone seems to have somewhere to go. And in this chapter, Zoro's having to tell Sanji, go over here, man. Like, come on.
It's bad, bro. It's bad.
Oh,
like,
man.
Next week, I'm expecting to see Sanji get his place. I expect to see Yamato gone from Momo and Shinobi to maybe either set up Kanjuro or Kinemon Scabbard shit. And then maybe a little Jinbei and maybe a little Yamato heading to the roof, but we don't see the roof. Like maybe those things, like, it should be the final sets up of all these battles. Then we should just get into it.
What do you think about Momo's? I think this is the voice of all things, which should be a delineation of observation hockey.
Something like that.
But it's maybe odd.
Yeah.
It's odd because
seems like it's its own thing too.
It's like, it feels like it's its own thing because like with observation hockey, you should be able to sense like, okay, Luffy's on the top with Kaido. People with can do that. You should be able to sense that Luffy's probably damaged with observation. He's not at his maximum. So like that part of it felt like Momo's just using observation. But then he's like, there's only two voices. And we know that Momo and Odin, along with Roger and Luffy, can hear the voices of Zunisha, the Sea Kings, And we know that Roger, Odin, and I think Momo can hear the poneglyphs. Can Luffy hear the poneglyphs as well?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't remember if they specifically said it, but I know like Roger said, like, I can feel a strong pull from the poneglyphs. So I know that should be the voice of all things. So I don't know if Momo's just casually using the voice of all things, or if that's just Momo has observation hockey.
That's a good question as well.
I don't know. So that's interesting. Or it could be a special link because, again, only Roger and Odin / Luffy and Momo could hear these things. So can Momo hear other people, or is it a link specifically to Luffy? I don't know that yet.
Yeah, that's something that I expect them to explain as well, too.
Eventually, yeah. But other than that, I don't know, man. I think I got all my theories out. It's a decent setup chapter, though.
Yeah, so, like I said, I was gonna come in here and shit on it, but then like I stepped back, looked at it, I was like, all right, I'm cool with this chapter. Not a bad chapter, and a lot of good pre-time Skip Straw Hat moments.
Yeah.
So that makes up for a lot of it. But all right, Christian,
really
tell the people where they can follow you out on social media.
Yep. Instagram and Twitter is going to be ARCHSZN, or if you want to see my graphic design content, like the piece I have, that's the wrong hand. Piece I have in work right now, work in progress. It's going to be Design Season LLC on Instagram and Design Season as well, and on Twitter as well.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow Christian, check out all of his art, do some business with my guy. He'll make you some fire stuff for whether your wall or whatever you need. But y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Other than that, y'all follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think on Twitter. Be sure to check out. We had another One Piece video where we dropped, where we just talked theories pretty much. We talked the anime. It was the open discussion #1. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. Other than that, the most recent episode of Anime Talk is out, and then some other stuff on the YouTube. Y'all can check all that out on the YouTube. Please make sure you subscribe and join the Discord. But other than that, we'll talk to you next week because there's another chapter coming. So we'll talk to you soon. Until then, peace.
Peace.